Friends, I'd like to talk about leadership and boundaries. One of the distinguishing characteristics of effective leaders is their ability to manage their boundaries. Let's now talk about leaders who struggle with their boundaries and why it can make them quite ineffective. When leaders have this need to be always available, always accessible, easily interrupted, people can consume their time at any time. That can make them often ineffective. Leaders who have a difficulty to say no feel awkward about disappointing, uh, do not want to let others down, or delay even conveying that news can also become ineffective. Sometimes leaders find it hard to draw a boundary between what is professional and what is being very familiar. When people get too familiar, then it becomes hard to establish norms, say what is right or wrong, give authentic, direct feedback, because relationships seem to somehow come in and interfere. Yet another challenge is when a leader makes it easy for people to delegate upwards. Boss, can you do this for me? Can you tell me what to do? Yeah, okay, leave it with me. I'll figure it out. I will come in, and then become a bottleneck. Sometimes people overcommit to projects not knowing they don't have the bandwidth, they don't have the resources. It's not possible to do it. Worse, when I make commitments on behalf of my team, I underestimate what it will take to do a good job and end up actually disappointing everybody. The sixth one is perhaps the toughest one, which is to do with emotional boundaries. That I am constantly absorbing others' stress and disappointments. Maybe I want to reduce discomfort among others. Um, and I take on so much that at the end of many interactions, I feel drained. The seventh one is, of course, the newest one, which is about the inability to digitally distance oneself. That I'm always on, I will always respond, I'm anxiously waiting for what is coming my way, what I need to say, and how quickly I need to get back. So there is very little time for myself. The eighth one is about neglecting self care, to know that I'm exhausted, I'm on the verge of being burnt out, that I need to really find time for myself to recuperate. Um, I don't see energy management as an important part of my ability to be effective. And finally, to know that my work depends on doing for others, taking care of others, that I'm wanted all the time, that making sacrifices is important. All of these nine things can drain people and also make us ineffective. One question that is often asked of me is this: uh, do men and women struggle with managing boundaries equally? Biologically, there is no difference. However, perhaps centuries of social expectations and conditioning make it harder for women to manage some of the emotional boundaries of giving care, being available, than men. And with every passing generation, when women are able to more clearly draw boundaries, it's not easy for people to also accept it as much as they accept it for men. Therefore, managing boundaries is so important for a leader to be effective. It impacts everyone. Perhaps there is a social expectation and conditioning which makes it tougher for women than men. I'd like to know what you think.
Audio Jungle.